Sometimes when I'm staring at the fire, I can't help but think of all the people I've crossed paths with over the 15 years I've been trying to gain the confidence and capabilities I wanted bladesmithing. But before it was bladesmithing, of course, it was blacksmithing. And after Uri broke me in, I went straight to Rob. Phenomenal talent, now a lifelong friend. Allowed me to go to Michael Bell. Again, was another deep well of knowledge that I just couldn't get enough of. But at some point I realized I need to learn more about the steel I was working with. Learn its characteristics and its properties, really how it's made. And that's when I came across Wayne. Wayne was one of the few people in North America learning and teaching steelmaking traditions, including the Japanese tradition. We got along so well, we even went to Japan together and trying to learn a little more from the source. At that time, I actually had a well-established relationship with Taro, my budding swordsmithing bromance, and my world started to cross-pollinate. And I realized maybe Taro should come to North America. So I put a bug in his ear, and he bit. And that's when we really started to meet a lot of people, like Ford Hallam, and Bob Kramer, and Zach Jonas. After Taro's first visit, I convinced him to come back again. We decided to do the circuit, trying to carve a path for myself where I could learn as much as I could and give Taro the exposure that he needed in North America to become successful. We did pretty well. People were receptive to what we were doing. It was nice. I enjoyed it. Once Taro and I realized there was a genuine interest from people in terms of what we were doing, I suggested he come back, and he did. And we kept making classes bigger, harder, logistically more difficult, more concentrated. People were really liking it, and we were having a really good time. This was a really good period for both of us. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. We both knew, Taro and I, that the classes we were putting on, they wouldn't last forever. Taro had a growing family and obviously had a life he had to manage back home. And I had to figure out what the hell I was doing. Pursuing an art is really fun, but it costs a lot of money. By the time we rolled around to kicking off our last class, we decided to open up the kimono. Make it as big a challenge as people think they could handle. And people bit. It was logistically a nightmare. It was a really hard class for students and not easy for us as teachers. But looking back on it now, I have fond memories. That last class also kicked off my move to Montreal, which ended up being a bit of a dark year. I put about as much effort as I have into anything for that year in Montreal, but the reward just wasn't there. Although there were a couple silver linings, they just didn't happen to be in Montreal. Among them was an incredible instructor named Peter Johnson from Sweden. I didn't really know a whole lot about him, but he did teach me as much as anyone ever has. And now my odyssey has a new beginning. After spending so many years traveling, spending quality time with some of the heaviest hitters working today, I'm confident enough to start leaving my own mark and let my work speak for itself. I've established the shop of my dreams in an area that's difficult to find and hard to get to. So I guess now it's my turn for people to come find me.